All right. Welcome back to the healing. In the last video, we actually had a pretty in-depth conversation with Clara. And if Clara is indeed telling the truth, then maybe Clara's not Dr. Crow. However, you're not going to fool me, Clara. You're not going to fool me. You're Dr. Crow. That is my decision. I've made that decision. You are Dr. Crow. Now, Claire, I believe it was Claire, made mention, and I've been talking about this theory of Dr. Crow being Claire with some of you amazing viewers and amazing subscribers, and I've been talking about it with a lot of you, and I've been getting a lot of really good ideas. I've been getting a lot of really good theories, and one of you mentioned that Clara, in our conversation in the last video, really didn't even give us any information, any new information. Like everything she told us, we already knew. We already knew from, other than the fact that she claimed that there was two men that took her. Other than that claim, like we knew everything else that happened. The other thing that was brought to my attention was that Clara was defined as incurable. And you guys know what happens to those who are defined as incurable by Dr. Crow. Should I even bring up Valentine's name or Shadow? Two of which were defined as incurable have been put to rest. And by put to rest, 6 feet under. Like, that's what happens when somebody is defined as incurable. You don't get a second chance, Clara. So the fact that you were defined as incurable but lived doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Now, we did, or Clara did start up a new group chat here called Truth. And it looks like somebody's throwing a mask in the air, right? In the thumbnail there. Or in the profile picture. And so I'm guessing we're gonna find out who Unknown is. And we're getting ready to find out. Now, I've been sussing Anna for a while, that Anna is Unknown. And recently I've been even more convinced that Anna is Unknown. Before we even get into who Unknown really is, that's my guess, is that Anna is Unknown. And I'm so convinced that she's Unknown just based off of her own texts, like the way she talks, what she says, like sounds just like how Unknown would talk. The same, I don't know, if words in text messages had personalities, it would be the same personality. The text message is just the same. It feels absolutely the same. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into Truth. Oh, before I before I jump into it, one other thing that I noticed, how did Clara get her phone back? And I think we even mentioned this in previous videos. How did Clara get her phone back? Not JK. Dr. Crow had Clara's phone and was able to lure Shadow to an abandoned house, to which Shadow was put down, basically. Shadow was put to rest. We'll just keep it like that. There are different apps that you can use on your phone to disguise your number as somebody else's number, so that is a possibility. Maybe Clara had her phone on her the entire time, but I just don't see Dr. Crow allowing Clara to have her phone on her. I don't see that being a Dr. Crow style. So how did Clara have her phone? She had her phone the whole time because Clara is Dr. Crow. It's got to be. It's got to be. Anyway, now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Truth. We have Truth. The truth comes out. And how does Clara know who Unknown is? The only person who would know who Unknown is Dr. Crow. But now Clara knows who Unknown is. And I'm curious as to how Clara knows who Unknown is. And Anna was just added to the group by Clara. And there you go. And for this, we need Anna. You're Shadow's friend, right? I'm so glad you're doing okay. But what's this all about? Anna, we know what we know what it's all about. We know what it's all about. You're Unknown. Anna, I know what you did. You're the traitor. Again, how does Clara know that? Anna is the traitor. Anna, you have to look. I'm gonna keep asking Clara these questions, like how, like you're saying that Anna is the traitor. She's gonna say yes, she's a traitor. I'm gonna say how. How do you know that? At least that's what I want to say. Like I want to hear from Anna last. Clara says, Anna, please. The death of a loved one is a terrible thing, right, Tongue-Tied? Shadow and Valentine. Believe me, I didn't want that to happen. She is unknown. Oh my goodness. I wanted this group to feel only a fraction of my own pain, of the pain they have inflicted on me. Well, what? Why our group, though? Like, why? I'm about to lose my ever-living mind. Why our group? Like, what did our group do to Anna that made her want us to feel the pain that she felt? That doesn't make any sense. She wanted us to feel the pain that they inflicted on her. I have a lot of things I want to say, but I'm going to go with I don't know what to say. Because that's really the only thing I can go with. I need explanation, Clara and Anna. I understand how hard this must be for you, Tongue-Tied. Do you, Clara? But we have to give Anna a chance to explain herself. Julius, Lucy, Tim, Roxy, Bernd, and Valentine. They're all responsible for the fact that my life has been full of pain in recent years. But I never wanted anyone to die. I wanted their repentance, their insight, and their fear. So, okay. So there's that does explain why the group, other than myself, are all so close together and kind of live relatively short distance from each other. But that also means that Julius, Lucy, Tim, Roxy, Bernd, and Valentine had to have known Anna at some point in time. But it also seemed like throughout this entire story that none of them really knew each other. Okay, that's a good question. What did they do to you? Like, it's a good question. It's a great question. I was completely lost in my anger at the time. I was controlled by grief and hatred because I lost my parents a year ago because of them. They're all responsible for the death of my parents, each of them in a different way. Tongue-tied. But I still don't understand why you're part of the healing group. Crow has always only given cryptic answers too. How did your sister cope with the death of your parents? I hope we find out soon. I had nothing to do with your parents, or with your parents' death. What kind of cryptic answers? I'm not sure if these are the questions I want to be asking. Let's go with what kind of cryptic answers, just because that'll give us a little bit more insight on Crow. Hopefully. That you were necessary, but he never said for what exactly. The only thing I know about you is that you stick out of the group tongue-tied, and that Crow has special plans for you. But what exactly that is, I don't know either. I find that to be hard to believe, Clara. Like, how do you know that Crow has special plans? Is Crow just talking to you about his plans? I find that hard to believe. I find it hard to believe that Crow is sitting there telling Clara, who is supposed to be tied up and tortured and healed, his plans for me. Anyway, Anna, please continue. Okay, well, after my parents died, I was so lost. It was as if I had lost control of my own life, but then I came across this Dr. Crow online. He offered me answers. He told me he would make sure uh, that people would be healed of evil. He knew exactly what I wanted to hear. After a short time, Crow was able to show me a list of the people who were responsible for the death of my parents. It felt like someone could finally understand me. So he showed you a list of names. He claimed that they were responsible for the death of your parents, but could he have been lying? Could he have been lying, Anna? And just to manipulate you into getting information for him? 100% possible. But now you know that he was just using you. He manipulated. Right. So he was probably lying, and he probably manipulated you to do what he wanted to do. These people probably had nothing to do with your parents' death. He definitely manipulated you. Exactly. But of course it was all lies. Lies! Lies and manipulation. He was just looking for a group for his next big healing. He didn't care about me at all. To this day, I don't even know who he really is. And human lives are worth nothing to him. But what do the others have to do with your parents' death? Probably absolutely nothing. You need to explain this to the rest of the group. We need the whole truth, Anna. All of us. I like the we need the whole truth because that is open-ended. If I say, or if I ask the question, what do the others have to do with your parents' death? Then we're talking specifically about that, which could be a simple answer. It's more singularity. It's a singularity type of question with a singular answer. Whereas if I say we need the whole truth, that's open-ended. Like start from the beginning, tell me everything that happened from start to finish. It's very broad. It's more broad that way. So I'm going to say we need the whole truth. Look, I can handle the truth. That's for damn sure. I mean, I'm already bracing myself for the fact that Clara is Crow. Anna, I believe you that you never wanted to endanger the lives of the group, but you have to confess everything. Each and every one of them must know the truth. I knew this moment would come, but I thought only after we stopped Dr. Crow, not already. I know that some of them will hate me after this, and that's okay. I got something else to say, but I will read Anna's text here. But I hope you stay with me tongue-tied. I'll explain to all of them one by one what they've done to me and how they're responsible for the death of my parents. Are you with me on this, tongue-tied? Yeah, I guess I am. Yes, Anna, I stand by you. I don't want to stand by you though, Anna. I want to know what happened. Of course I want to know what happened. Just to check that you really confess everything. Look, I'm going to say of course because I want to know what happened. I believe my work here is done now. I know how manipulative Crow can be, Anna. I'm on your side despite everything. Use this group chat. I will leave it now. And the first person when you're ready. Or add the first person when you're ready. That's sus. I don't like the way Clara is talking. Good luck. Look, I'm going to back out. I need to say something. And now I can't remember what I was going to say. It's about Clara, okay? And it's about J.K. Knight, and it's about Dr. Crow. Those three things. Whether you're playing this part of the game, whether you saved J.K. Knight or whether you allowed Dr. Crow to kill J.K. Knight, we're kind of in the same predicament. J.K. Knight, in both of our playthroughs, He's either dead or he's missing in action. Either way, both playthroughs, J.K. Knight is out of the picture. He's out of the picture, which means that Dr. Crow needs to find a new villain. Dr. Crow needs to find somebody for the group to target. That way, the group isn't targeting Dr. Crow altogether, like directly at Dr. Crow. He's trying, or she, I should start saying she, because Clara is Dr. Crow. So she is trying to divide us. She's trying to distract us with unknown. That is Dr. Crow's plan. J.K. Knight is out of the picture. That is why Clara allowed herself to be rescued. That is why Dr. Crow allowed herself to be rescued. So that way she can then implant this parasite in our minds about unknown and who unknown it really is. This is all a diversion tactic from Dr. Crow, and Clara is Dr. Crow, and Clara is doing it. She's diverting us to unknown so that way we don't focus on Dr. Crow. 100%, right? Chat, like, let me know in the comments if that makes sense. In my mind, that makes perfect sense. And it's kind of ingenious. The only problem is that I'm more of a jam genius than Clara. But that's how I view it. Clara is Dr. Crow. Clara allowed herself to be rescued. That way she can then divert our attention from Crow to unknown. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not. Look, Anna's got to answer for her misgivings, but I'm not going to allow it to distract us from our main suspect. Anna says, I just need 10 minutes. I have to take a breather. Then we can start with the first person. Got you. Okay, talk soon. Don't take too long, please. I'm going to just say don't take too long, please. Like, I'll give you the 10 minutes, but let's not make it 15. I am so sus on Clara. Wolf. Oh, man. That's a lot to take in. There's still a few things I haven't processed yet. Don't worry, Wolf. I processed them all for you. How about you, tongue-tied? Oh, I'm so sus on Clara. I would have never expected that. I definitely expected Anna to be unknown. I just didn't know the reason why. I wouldn't have been able to put two and two together that had something to do with her parents' death and that everyone else was involved. I wouldn't have been able to figure that out. But I was 100% able to figure out that it was probably Anna. At least that's what I was suspecting. I still have so many questions. I feel very similar. I've been thinking for some time that it was Anna. This is where the game gets me, because I have been thinking for some time that Anna's been sus. And look, I've got video evidence. I've got video proof of me sussing Anna. Because Pixar didn't happen. Really? Really? You just never gave me the opportunity to express that. I wonder how Shadow would have reacted to all this. I miss her a lot right now. Same. But one thing is certain. We must not be judge, jury, and executioner now. You sort out everything with Anna, and I'll talk to Clara again. After that, we decide our final opinion. Oh, Wolf, I've got my final opinion. I've got it. You know what? I remember a lot of you. I'm not going to name any names, but I remember a lot of you sussing this guy right here. You guys sussed Tim from almost the second that unknown was revealed to be unknown. Like when unknown was the idea of unknown existing, you were like, it's Tim. It's all Tim. But it's not. It's Anna. So let's see what Tim has to say.
Hey, you.
Hey, you.
This is a bit embarrassing. I don't really know how to say this, but I'm a little rusty when it comes to dating.
Okay.
Maybe you've already noticed. but I think Anna is really cute. And I wanted to ask you if you could help me find some ideas about what we could do when all this is over.
Hell yeah.
That would be real nice. I'm sorry to barge in on you with all this, but maybe you can come up with something, because I can't.
Yeah, I could totally help you out, Tim. All you have to do is ask her about her interests, right? Ask her if she enjoys torturing other people. Ask her if she likes talk or helping, evil people torture and kill other people. Maybe you guys might have some common ground. Tim, I'm sorry to say, but you're not going to really care for Anna too much after I tell you what I have to tell you. Or actually, after what Anna's getting ready to tell you. That's going to be very, very interesting. Are we going to talk? Let's talk to Tim. Sure, I'm happy to help. Sorry, I don't have to. Look, Tim, I'm happy to help. Let me tell you about the time I got friend zoned in approximately 30 seconds, Tim. I met this girl. I said one thing to her, and she said, yeah, I think we can be great friends. Of course, this girl was also part of the game, and the game was called Friend Zoned. And that game you can find on my channel. It's called Friend Zoned. It was actually pretty fun. I did enjoy the game, and I was not expecting that within about 30 seconds of playing the game, I was in fact going to be friend zoned. So, yeah, definitely check that out. It's a good game. All right, so Tim, I'm happy to help. That's so nice. Thank you. Phew. I gotta admit, I'm a bit out of practice. I mean, there's classics: going out for dinner, to the movies, feeding ducks. Feeding ducks. I mean, maybe in the 1960s. I don't know. Going to the movies is awesome. Take her out to a nice day. You know what? Let's talk about feeding ducks. Going to dinner and going to movies is played out. That's done way too often. Let's go feed some fucking ducks. let's let's go feed some ducks. Not good. Oh dear, I'm really out of practice. What do you think of the other two suggestions? Oh, take her out to dinner or take her to the movies. If you truly like somebody, you can't it's probably going to be difficult to connect with them on a sociable kind of connection. It's going to be hard to talk with them in a movie. You're going to be sitting there for an hour and a half to 2 hours saying absolutely nothing to each other, watching a movie. You can't talk, you can't find out each other's interests, you can't connect with them on any sort of level. However, you can do that over dinner. So you can kind of talk with them over dinner. You can't do that at the movie. So I'm going to go with dinner. And dinner could be anything. You could take them to McDonald's. I mean, if they got food, you take them to dinner. You take them to a grocery store and buy food. Take them back home, cook food. You could do that. I feel like that's probably like really good. That's probably what I would do. I would probably try to buy food and try to cook the food. Because if they can... I feel like that's... going on a rant. I feel like that's a good way to determine if somebody likes you. All right? So hear me out. I know this is going to be a long rant, has nothing to do with the game, but hear me out. If you find a person, doesn't matter who it is that you're dating, if you find a person that you like, you bring them home, you say, I'm going to make you dinner. And whether you know that you're a shitty cook or you know that you're like an amazing cook, doesn't matter. You're going to bring them home. You're going to cook them dinner. If you know that you're a bad cook and that you make pretty not that great food, and they sit there and they eat every single bite of food off that plate and still enjoy their time with you, I think you found the right person. If you're amazing at cooking and you make them the amazing food, they're just going to fall in love with you. So it's a win-win. And if you're a bad cook and they essentially don't eat your food, or they get turned off by it and they just kind of want to leave early, then it kind of tells you, it tells you like, hey, maybe that's not the right one for you. Time to move on, time to find somebody else. Or maybe it's time to take some cooking lessons. But it gives you some more options, right? It gives you some more options of and choices that you can make. But I tell you what, if you're not a good cook and you bring somebody home and you make them food and they eat every single bite off that plate and go up for seconds and come back and say it's delicious, and deep in your heart and deep in your brain that they're lying to you, look, they might just be the one for you. All right, back to the game. End rant. I guess it's not really rant. It's actually great advice. It's a genius take on advice. It's probably the reason why I get friend zoned quite often. All right, so dinner is always a sure bet. That's good, right? But there's a lot of choice there too. Fine dining, picnic look, Tim. You were listening. You were at my look. Take them back to your place. Invite her to your place. Make food, whether you're a good cook or not. Like that you can determine a lot of stuff on that. Invite her to your place. 100%. Ah, it's a good plan. Yes. It gave me an idea. I can work with that. Look, jam genius. I got your back, Tim. Thanks a lot, tongue tied. It's my pleasure. My pleasure, I'll keep planning. Until Zoe gets in touch, there's nothing we can do anyway. Sounds good. Talk to you later. Take care of yourself, Tim. Try not to get your heart broken too much by Anna here soon. That's probably going to happen. You're going to get your heart broken. The truth is about to be revealed. And we know now that unknown is Anna. And Anna is about to reveal the absolute truth, not only to myself, but to every single person in the group chat. We're going to do that in the next video. I apologize. Look, I was talking too much about dating advice. We're going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed my dating advice, let me know in the comments down below. Give big brain emojis if you have those in the comments. If you think that my dating advice is foolproof. Give me different emojis if you think that my dating advice is the reason why I get friend zoned so much. Give me laughing emojis with the crying laughing emojis if you think that my dating advice was the reason why I get friend zoned so often. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and join the Tethered. As always, thanks for watching. Love you all, and we'll see you next time.